Hello, so in this tutorial I'm going to show you quickly how to create a basic tree to, this is more of a representational tree for architectural models. So most of the time in architectural models themselves, especially in the development concept stage, we show simplified trees. For a final, you probably want to show more realistic tree. So let's get into this. And these trees, by the way, are a lot easier to 3D print because you have more control over overhang, for example. So now go into the circle tool, create your trunk. Okay, so keep an eye on the dimensions, right, if you want to have a real world size. I'm just using this person here as a guide to the proportions of the tree. Pull the tree up. That's the main trunk. Nice thick trunk there for the tree, and this is how you create a sphere. Okay, so this is the trouble that a lot of people have creating spheres. Go to the circle tool, click, drag out, and type in, let's say, 400. Yeah, and option plus to increase the amount of edges. Okay, so now that you see that this circle is not staggered like other circles are. Okay, so that was 400, and what we'll do now is we'll go to the pen tool and we'll go from the center up and we'll type in here 400 as well. Okay, so that's 400 there. In fact, this one here, I'm just going to press Command Z. It's actually 800 we need to have, 800. Okay, so that's the full height of the circle. Okay. Alright, so go over to the arc tool. So this is the one that is the 2-point arc, and we click over here, click over here, pull out, okay, until you reach the edge. So you can see here it's against the edge, then click once, and that is part of the tree. So you notice here that this is staggered as well. So if I press Command Z and I go and I click on the arc tool, bring this out again, and before I click on that endpoint, I press Option plus, and I add more detail to that line there, and then I click, and you can see it's a lot more smoother. So now this is how we go about creating a sphere. So select the base circle, go to Tools, go to Follow Me tool, and then just simply click on this side here. And now it's put in a tree. So this one is a bit more of a taper tree. If you want one that's not so egg shaped, the height of it will be 400, not 800. Okay. All right, so then to finish it off, you get rid of that circle, and you can triple click 1, 2, 3, right click, and then make it as a group. Okay, triple click on this one here, right click, make it as a group. All right, and then you can simply put this top of the tree and move it up to the top here, for example. Okay, move it across, pop it in the center as much as possible. You can use the camera views, standard views. You can use the front view, for example, to bring this down, and then you can use the other view, left view, for example, move it across, okay, to get this in to the correct location. Okay, so that's that part of the tree. You can increase the tree size by obviously going to the size tool, and you can increase it up in size. Press Option, so it locks it in as a center point when it gets a bit bigger. Okay, other things you can do with this is if you select both of them, right click on it and make this as a component. So this is a component called tree. Okay, and the beauty of this is that you can duplicate this tree by pressing Option, and you can duplicate it. You can rotate it. So it's rotated down maybe this way, for example. Resize it. You can press Option so it resizes down as a center point rotation and size, sorry. And then you simply move it across into here so that that part is now considered to be a trunk. You can keep on duplicating those branches, and you can group all this right, by making this into maybe a final component. So you can call this one here complete tree. Okay, and that could be easily 3D printed because we know that these are 45-degree or almost 45-degree circles. You can double click into this trunk, for example, and you can change the color of it to your heart's content. Okay, and you notice here that if I select just this branch here, this also goes brown, and go into this one here. Okay, and you can also change the color of that to that sort of green there, and that's how you go about producing a tree. You can create shrubs the same way by creating multiple of those trunks in a row, and then you create those circles in a row as well on top of it as well. So that's how you go about doing that as a basic tree. That is your tree, not from the 3D library. Okay, thank you. Bye.